Hi there, my name's Sunny, and in today's video we're going to be talking about managing deadlines and exams, because believe me, if there is one thing I know, it's the stress that comes with deadlines and exams. So the first part of this video is exactly how to plan when it comes to revising or managing your assignments, just because you want to make sure you have enough time ahead of the actual deadline date. You want to start off as early as you possibly can. Just make sure you have enough time beforehand so that you can organize exactly what you need to do. Because I've been in that situation where you have a week and a half left before a deadline and you barely started anything. So you definitely want to make sure you have a month or two, or maybe even just the start of term, just start then, just to make sure you have enough time to actually plan exactly what you're going to do. And when it comes to exams, you want to revise what you don't know rather than what you do know. This sounds very simple, I know, but when it actually comes to revising, you realize that you'd rather just read the stuff that you're already familiar with, sort of, just so it gives you an ego boost rather than start on the things you don't know, because that's a more terrifying place to begin. But believe me, it's honestly just the best thing to do. Start with exactly what you don't know, and then you can brush up on the things you know like every hour or so. The second part is exactly what kind of method you want to use for revising. So I've narrowed it down to 3 methods which I use during my revision at university. The first one is called active recall, the second one is just highlighting, and then the third one is just summarising and rereading. The highlighting and rereading methods are okay, that's what most people use at their A-levels and during university. However, actual studies have shown a method called active recall is the best way to go about revising. This is just a fancy word for going over everything again and again at certain intervals, saying it out loud rather than just making notes on a piece of paper. Because once you say it out loud, it's a cognitive process, therefore you just memorize it a lot better than if you were to just reread something in your head or just circle a page. This process of active recall also includes flashcards, which essentially means that I had an app on my phone and it would notify me at certain times of the day of, oh, I need to revise this bit right now. Just quickly go over the flashcards for 10 minutes, therefore it's still in my brain, and then at the end of that it would rate on how good or bad I did. And even though I've already said this bit, time management is honestly your best friend. If you can nail exactly how much time you have to do certain things, it will help you out so much. Don't do what I did and spend 12 hours in a library and have no social life, because as much as it sounds like it's productive 12 hours, it's just not. You will tire yourself out, you'll hate revising. I mean, most people don't love it anyway, but you'll just start to begin to hate it, whereas you can tolerate it if you actually start to learn things. The way that I went about it, nearing the end when I got a bit more productive with my time management, I did it in certain intervals. So I'd revise for an hour, have a 10-minute break, and stick to that. And when I mean stick to it, I meant stick to it. I would revise with my course mates. However, if they were talking, I would make sure I'm still revising until that hour is up, and then I can start chatting with them for like the next 10 minutes. And it's just a better way to go about it. Because you'll realize when you're actually dedicated to revision, that hour is probably not enough time. And I've seen a few different ways of going about this last one is swap between tasks and the subjects that you're revising for. This personally worked well for me because after a couple hours of one subject, I would just get bored and not want to do it anymore. However, if I was to move on to a different subject or a different module, it just means it's a refreshment, it's something different. It keeps your mind going rather than learning the same module and the same papers over and over again. If you just switch to a different task, it just makes sure you're still motivated to do it. Don't do the same thing all day, because then you'll just get bored of that subject and you just won't be paying enough attention.
Ron, are you paying attention?
Nope.
So thank you for watching. In this video we have talked about exactly how to plan your time effectively, the different methods of revision you could do, and a more in-depth version of time management and exactly how to effectively just make sure what you're doing is productive in the time that you're doing it. So thank you for watching. I have been Sunny, and until next time.